Om Asatu Ma Sadgamaya Tamashu Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Avir Maiti Rudro Yatti Dakshinam Mukham Te Namam Pahi Nityam Te Namam Pahi Nityam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. And evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So today, our gospel reading, because we switched it from yesterday, today was actually reading, we have reading today Shanti Gita. And we are in a particular place where Sri Ramakrishna's statement and the Mahavakya, the great dictum, matches together here. Today our subject is, as we read in the Shanti Gita before, that two realities are there. In Vedanta they say, thou art that. Tom, tat. You, that. They are all one. But how it will be one? You say that it is to be purified. That indicated by what that, not the cosmic world only. But what is the consciousness behind that? That. And what is thou? This physical body, mind, what is thou? What is that? The consciousness behind this consciousness and that consciousness are identical. That is the subject we are discussing last time. And this is the end of the second chapter, verse number 33. We'll start today. But in 32, we read, Tat padasya cha parakshan mayopadhing parityaja. This I'm just bringing some reference of the past reading. You renounce that limiting adjuncts. That infinite consciousness has been limited into the body. I think I am the body. You think you are the body. You are the mind. You are neither the body nor the mind. But you are the Atman. This is limited. That's why it's called limiting adjunct. That renouncing, you have to renounce that limiting adjunct, which is not you. This limiting adjunct body, it has changed every day. Every moment, this body is changing. That's why it has limited you, the infinite, into that encasement of a body, which is getting transformed every day, change every day. You are not that. So if you are not that, how to do that? Rip off that which is not you, throw away. That is the tongue, shodhana. Shodhana means purification. Purification of thou. Tat padasya. Tat pada. Pada means the word, or the word which is the indicated by you. As anyone says, how are you? If you first response, I'm okay. I'm okay means what? I'm physically okay. Huh? Or I'm mentally okay. That means you are identifying yourself not with the Atman, but with your limited identity. So this limited identity is like an what you call the negative thing which has entered into the spirit of truth. Just throw away. Then the pure gold, pure consciousness will be revealed. So that padasya paraksham and maya upadhikam. That is Brahma. That is God. We say, where is God? That. Normally people put the finger in the heaven or sky. That means someone is there probably. But what is he if he's someone like limited like us? No. That's why the dualistic people, dualistic philosophy actually in trouble. God is creating all trouble. Why there is a God? If there is God, why so much trouble in the world? Why bad people are disturbing the good people in life? God, poor God, have no response. He has likes and dislikes like us. He does not say to the bad people, hey, you cannot do that. Well, people are doing more bad things, and good people are getting into the trap and they are suffering. And God is looking at it, okay. How is that God? Huh? So that God is not good. So that's the God in problem. But Vedantic God is no problem. It is only ignorance. Darker ignorance has created the idea that he is a devil, and brighter covering that spirituality shines through, or love, affection shines through. We call holy people had godly people. So God says, I don't do anything. It is you veil your face with a darker covering or a thin linen. Thin linen you can see through. There are linen you put in between, you can see through. That's no problem. But you put a big, deep, dark veil and you say, I don't see, and God is creating trouble. God does not create trouble. It is you are creating trouble by your own mind. So throw away that. From God, take away that veil. And from you, take out that veil. Then what will remain? Here is also consciousness you will find. There is also consciousness. So they are all one absolute. This is called Tattvam Shodhana. Shodhana means purification of what is meant by Tat means that, and Tvam means thou. This is the called great sadhana, spiritual practice for the Vedantins. Always see, who am I? So this analysis when perfected, then Vaikam, unity comes. And what happens like that? It is like this. Ghatakasa, we'll read today. Tad Udhisthana Chaitanya. The foundation of thou is the consciousness, and the foundation of God is the consciousness. And then you will find Purnam Ekam Sad Advayam. You will find that consciousness is Sat. That is the reality. Advayam, imperishable. Everything perishes. God's quality, human quality improves or decreases, waxing and waning. But Atman, Brahman does not change. That consciousness, there is no rise and fall. In the Panchadashi, there is that verse is very popular verse. No deti nastameti samvidesha swayam prabha. That sambit consciousness is the swayam, is self-luminous. No udeti. It does not arise, it does not sink. That means it is eternal. Na udeti, na astameti. That sambit, that consciousness, here and there and everywhere is the same. So that was the thought we are in, the verse number 32. We find unique, while today is the reading of normally our gospel reading. So there we find that Sri Ramakrishna is talking to his intimate disciples. And there are two categories of devotees who say, "Oh Lord, please help me, and purify me, cure me, lift me, and I am helpless." That's the devotional approach. But there is another type of devotee who doesn't say like that. Ramakrishna said, those are the pure souls like Vivekananda, Brahmananda, and all those. And he's pointing to the direct disciples, saying, for you people, it is enough to know who are you, who am I, and what is the relationship between you and me. See, this is the Vedantic, what is called Nirguna Nirakara Brahma, identification. Here is a soul stirring idea that the consciousness in you, and in me, who are you and who am I? If you know, and what is the relationship between us, then it is done. That's the Vedantic explanation, wonderfully just matching with this exactly the same philosophy. He's saying there are bhaktas, they have a process. Bhakta always will say, I am your servant, I am helpless, please help me. Separation idea. You are the Lord, you can do this, you are kind, you are protecting, you are nurturing, so please help me, protect me, care me. But the mechanics, they need not have to pray like that. It's equal. Yesterday the lecture was on Sakha, praying, equal. The same consciousness here, same consciousness there. Who to beg to whom? No one to beg anything. Here in devotion, there is a question of servant attitude, friendship attitude, dasya, shakha, vatsalya, child attitude, mother attitude. No? All this, there is some sort of connection and link. And someone is praying to the higher something. But here, no higher, no lower. Here, who are you and who am I? Ramakrishna says, you only have to know only this much. Who are you and who am I? And then you know what is the relationship between you and me. See, 3 words, beautiful words. Who are you? Naturally, you have to think, I'm a mass of flesh and bone, or the instrument of eyes and ears and nose and this and that, or some neurons and play of the neurons in the brain. I am that. Or what am I? Now you go on analyzing Vedantic analysis. I am naturally not the body changing, not the mind. Last time we read, Jarattena, Nashattena. This cannot be eternal because it is Jara, it's matter. Nashya, it is subject to destruction. It can be destroyed anytime. Anyone can just put some poison and then this body will go away. So Nashyat and Atman, you cannot do. You cannot put poison into the Atman and Atman will die. No. That is the eternal substance. So Nashattena, Jarattena. These two arguments if you keep with the body, see, body is mittha. Body appears but it is not eternally true. Mind is also, it is mittha. Because this mood, mind is like this. The other mood, mind is like the other. No? How our mind plays from morning to night. We call mood swings. This time I am happy mood. Someone says something, yes, I'm unhappy. So how can I be that? Which is so fragile and so changing, I cannot be analyzed this way. Today's understanding is one thing, and yesterday that professor told so many things. Our understanding became, oh, that is true. Oh, that is true. As if you didn't know things, and now you are knowing something else. That's also changing. Your concept is changing. So that cannot be Atman. So you analyze yourself. Who are you? Ultimately, we find there is you are. You are the consciousness. You are the blissfulness. You have to stand, go back in your personality. What is your personality? Normally people say, my personality is what? Who are you? People say, I am such and such. What they say? my name is such and such. No? Then what do you say? Biodata. What are the biodatas? I am born in such and such place. Yeah? All talking about limiting adjuncts. I am born on such and such day. Before that, I was not there. I was born in that city. Before that, you are not there. The city, time, space, causation, all these are limiting adjunct. And that's we are proud of that. That is our identity. That's a false identity. But your real identity, you are that consciousness. You are that blissfulness which has been encased into the body, mind, emotion, ego, a package, no? A costume made of 5 layers. But internally, that energy, that light, effulgent light is always there. So, analyze this. To me, who are you? That you analyze. And who am I? Ramakrishna. Oh, Ramakrishna, who is Ramakrishna? He's a man? Yeah, he looks like a man. But no, he's not man. What is it? Oh, he's a crazy man. Okay, what craziness? He's crazy for God. We are crazy for money, wealth, and worldly thing. He's crazy, of course, but different than all of us. Oh, he's a holy man. The holiness, how much holiness? Can you fathom the holiness of Christ and Buddhas and Ramas and Krishnas? No. So they are holy people only? No. Oh, they are extraordinary. Extraordinary saint. Extraordinary saint has his power, limited power. The Christ power, Buddha power is thousands of years spreading and spreading, uninterrupted. Ramakrishna, only how many years? 1836, he was born. Right? And now it is 2000, how much? 21. So within this period, you see how many people his glory, his fame means not the worldly sense, spiritual impact is touching the hearts of more and more and more people, and people are getting peace. No? So how can you say he is a man? How can you say he is like a saint? He is not ordinary saint, extraordinary saint. Oh, extraordinary saint? No. Extraordinary saints also have their limitation, but he's God. How do you know God? You see, what is God? All the qualities of God you can find in him. Extraordinary renunciation. God has no attachment for anything. Renunciation. The world has never seen such renunciation as is expressed in the life of Ramakrishna. Tremendous. Renunciation is 2 ways. Renunciation of the worldly thing, meaning love for the real self. Intense love for the self. So much that he every second goes to Samadhi. He does not find any joy here. Just something happens, goes there. Again, looking at us, very compassionately sees, oh my God, these poor people, what will happen? They are suffering. Okay, let me come down. He pulls his mind down. That's why we were reading the other day, no? Where that Sri Ramakrishna used to keep some food in his sometimes. And he used to say, why he is keeping food? He himself said, my mind so high, and when I go there to bring the mind down, I think I'll eat this, I'll eat that, and I may touch in the tip of a tongue and touch that. That's the food he has eaten. But those are necessary to pull the mind down. See, condition. How our mind to push the mind up is lifelong struggle. It does not go. It comes down to all the worldly thoughts. And his is a problem to shooting up. You have to pull down, is keeping this type of things. So he is not a man. What is he? He is, you go on analyzing. He is not a saint, he is not a holy man, he is not he's avatara, incarnation. Who is incarnation? God have come down with his all power and potential energy of love, compassion, holiness, purity, touch, by which they can transform people, give spiritual illumination. That is the difference between ordinary saint and godlike. Hey, Christ, Lazarus, come up. And he came out. Dead become life. Can you do? It is only God can do. And this is the material life, but he bring everyone into the consciousness, super consciousness. Ramakrishna touched when one is having the vision, all everywhere, God, 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 God. No. So this is not human. So you understand, who am I? Analyze me. Not the, don't look at the Ramakrishna physical frame only. Go, 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 dive deep behind. Then you see it is not the quality of control, he is not the creator God, but he is the source from which all expression has come out. Jiva Jagat, the world has come out, the individuals have come out. He is the incarnation of divine. He is God. So if you think, who and then God, the personal God? Personal God? Yes. Yes, he creates sustenance. আমি হয়েছি, in the gospel he says, আমি হয়েছি, আমি এসেছি, I have become, আমি হয়েছি. Look at the whole universe. It is me only. See, Ramakrishna saying these beautiful words, giving himself the hint. Who is he? আমি হয়েছি. What you see this universe, it is I only. And আমি এসেছি. I have come in this human form you see as Ramakrishna. This human form you see, Ami, that I, that pure I, stainless, birthless, deathless, eternal, absolute Brahman, has come down. And I have become this world of name and form of infinite reality. So this is called the idea of Sri Ramakrishna, the absolute, not the man, not the saintly person, not the extraordinary powerful people, not any one who having extraordinary power to create miracle. He is not the creator God only, but he is the Satchidananda, ocean of bliss, ocean of perfection from which the universe comes. You analyze that. And then, what is your relationship? Ramakrishna loves the young children, no? Naren Rakhal, as if they are very own. No? That own means oneness. No distinction. The distinction is getting cut asunder as it were. So they feel the connection together. So oneness. The, who are in you and in me is the same. So you see how this Tamasi great dictum is expressed in the words of Ramakrishna. Only in this statement when he spoke to his intimate disciples, that this is enough for you to know. This is enough for you to know the who are you, who am I, and what is our relationship. This relationship is eternal relationship. Eternally we are together. Eternally Atman and Brahman, Jivatma, Paramatma are all one. That is the Upanishad teaches. That is the teaching of all the saintly people. So that experience has been of the experience of the saints and sages of all the Upanishad and all religion. Whenever Ramana Maharshi thinking of what? I am that. So when you go to that level of purification, then you can identify you are not separate, you are not small, you are not tiny. And he is not God sitting with a big power in his hand, with a rod in hand to punish you. That God is a God of the fearful people. You think God as a punisher. God is not punisher, he is myself. How can he punish me? Rather, he is with arms open, always asking, come ye who are heavily laden. Christ said, no? Come ye who are heavily laden. Ramakrishna says, come, I cannot stay without you people. He's standing in the same music tower, no? He used to cry every day. So where are you, children? Come, come, I cannot live without you. Talking day and night in the mundane worldly talks. I cannot bear anymore. No? Come, who is pure in heart, who can absorb this spiritual energy and can understand it. So this is the see, this Ramakrishna is the modern version of the Gita. Ramakrishna is the modern version of the Upanishad. So if you really read Ramakrishna, don't think Gospel is very easy book. People can go on, turn on pages and see that, it is very easy. So many stories are there, so many beautiful connection anecdotes. No, that's good, but it's a deep, profound meaning which you are reading in the Vedanta, Sara, Brahma Sutra, all these big, technical books. Is an exemplification there. I am a living example of those Upanishadic truths. So now, so this is the way we can match. Today's reading is also Ramakrishna Gospel reading in another way. Now, so we have read up to 32nd verse, what I just discussed a little bit, that renouncing the limiting adjunct of Maya, the indirect knowledge of the word that, Tatpada, you renounce from that. Renounce what has limited him in a limited way, expressing that he is the ruler, he is the creator, he is the destroyer. All these limitations, you are limiting. He is beyond all those. When you say this is the characteristic of that person, then you are limiting his power there. But he is not, he is much above. Consciousness that remains as the substratum, that is full, only one, eternal and imperishable. So there remains only one truth, which is called the eternal consciousness, that remains, that is the substratum, and that is full, purna, is not imperfect, it is most perfect, most expansive, and it is only one, and it is imperishable. Everything is perishable, but that is the imperishable truth. So know this. Now, how to understand it? Identification is very difficult for us to understand how we can feel that identification is possible with a limited me, with a cosmic me. No? It's very difficult to understand. Is giving the scripture is giving here, Shanti Gita is giving us the example of Ghatakasa, Mahakasa. It is a very wonderful example. Ghata Akasa. Akasa means the space. Contained in a ghata means the pitcher, or a glass, or a pot. And Mahakasa means the great space. So great space and the space of a pitcher. Is there any difference? This is the temple space, no? Temple space and Los Angeles space. Is there any difference? Space, this space and the Los Angeles space, we are making a distinction by what? By creating a false wall. But you cannot separate this space. You cannot cut the space into two spies. Okay, this is the internal part, that is the external part. No. Even all space is integrated into that. See the example. You can meditate on this. That separation, which is making the space into two, one space into two. Space has interpenetrated into the wall, so you cannot separate out. You cannot cut a piece like that. It is not a chunk of ice cream here and put the ice cream chunk, another one. It was together, but you can put a chunk and cut it, two pieces. It is not, you cannot do that. In case of space, you cannot do that. You cannot cut anything because it's a continuum. So now understand. Now Ghato Akasa, the space within this body. What is the here? Space is to be compared with your consciousness. The consciousness, which is it not the consciousness permeates in your skin, in your blood, in your every organ, is it not? You are aware, no? This is all functioning. It is not dead. The cells are not dead. Those cells dead they go, but by the time new cells come up, these cells should be alive, no? So if that consciousness is permeating all through the body, but more so the conscious entity which is subtler than the subtlest. That's why we cannot see it. But what about the space outside? Consciousness outside is also same. So divide this me and God, we make a difference. God is something who is the cosmic creator. I am only individual soul, but I am limited by my body mind five sheets. We are all five coverings over the consciousness. But you cannot cover the consciousness. Consciousness permeates like the space. It is inside. If you think that it is inside, think that it is inside. But it is inside and also percolating into the layers of limiting adjuncts: body, mind, emotion, ego. And what is outside? Outside domain of the cosmic consciousness. So this and that consciousness are the same. So that is the example. Today we are reading verse 33. Ghatakasho Mahakasha. Say everyone. Ghatakasho Mahakasha. Ivatmanang Paratmani. Ivatmanang Paratmani. Vaikam Akhanda Bhavam Tvam. Vaikam Akhanda Bhavam Tvam. Gatva Tushnim Bhavarjuna. Gatva Tushnim Bhavarjuna. What does it mean? It means that Arjuna, Arjuna means he is addressing Arjuna, who was totally lost into the grief, in the abyss of grief because of the death of his son on the 13th day in the war of Mahabharata. Abhimanyu was killed. So he said, now, O Mahabaho, mighty arm, get back to your strength. Don't cry and weep, I am lost, who will help me? That's a Vedanta is like a lion, roars like a lion. No grace. Don't ask him for grace. It is your grace. Yesterday we heard, no? Mana. Your mind is your friend. Your mind is your enemy. So be a friend to your mind. So that is the rely on yourself. That it is, Arjuna, mighty armed Arjuna. What will you do? The unity between them, that's the individual soul and the Supreme Self, unity is not our relationship. We are talking about yesterday, friendship. And 4 or 5 grounds have been given. No, we cannot have any friendship with anybody, because our life's journey. He told we are going like that, and some people come together and we sit sometime, and some part away. Our friendship depends on my likingness. If what I like you can satisfy, then my friendship remains. And if I do something what you don't like, then your friendship will go away. It's a realistic, utilitarian friendship. But God's friendship is not like that. It is before birth, when I am born, when I am carrying my life, when I am dying. That consciousness, that relationship can never go. It is eternal. Sakha, Chiro Sakha, referred by Rabindranath Tagore's word, he quoted, Chiro Sakha, your eternal friend. Eternal means who never gives away. He never leaves me. When you are sleeping, he is with you. When you are dreaming, he is with you. Otherwise, you cannot sleep. You sleep means, when you sleep, there is some consciousness behind that gives you the idea, I slept last night very well. Who saw that? That consciousness did not leave you. That's why Chiro Sakha, eternal friend. That Sakha, that friend, Bandhu, Sakha, A different terminology, but I'm using the word to mean friendship. So that he is there when I'm there in the sleep, deep sleep state. When you are dreaming, he is there. Otherwise, you cannot dream anything. He is here now. Otherwise, your eyes cannot see. No activity is possible. No thought is possible. So that is the point to understand that eternal friendship is there. Eternal identification is there. This identification is not 2 days. That's why we say all the relationships are momentary. Some may be for 5 minutes, some may be 1 day, some may be 5 years, some may be 20 years, some may be 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. At the point of death, that friendship have to go away. But friendship with God, eternal friendship, it never goes, it never came, it never can be extinct, or neither it can be added, neither can be subtracted. It is eternally there. So I am eternally connected with that divine self. Huh? How to give that example? Then comes the example like the space. You think of the space within the jar and the great space, this space, outside space. You, knowing this unity, the individual self, like the space within the jar and the great space, the individual self, capital, and the supreme self, capital, are one and the same. Knowing this unity and undivided nature, you remain calm. So why are you crying? Why are you weeping? Why are you rejoicing? Nothing to do. Be calm, be serene, be speechless, be absorbed in your divine blissful state as Ramakrishna. Going like that hand, and the mind goes, bus. You see the face beaming with joy. And he's not here. His body identity is no more found. His pulse is gone, heartbeat is stopped. But he's not dead. He is connected with the tune with the cosmic consciousness. So this is the example how we can think every day. Can we think ourselves like a pot, like a jar, or then pitcher? Ramakrishna gave this meditation. Ramakrishna gave this meditation that suppose infinite ocean. Infinite ocean. Ocean means water. Suppose you are a pot. You look your body and shape and size of the body, this, that, and you dip it into the ocean. So suppose it is made of earthen jar. Now, why then you see water is inside the jar, water is outside the jar. Here we are giving the example of the space. I am giving here example following Ramakrishna. Ocean made of water. Water inside, water outside, and the thickness of the jar, earthen pitcher, water has penetrated in every pore of it, is it not? So where is the any time that you are separate from the ocean? Though you are a jar, but you are not separate from the ocean. You are that. So this is a way of meditation in the path of Vedanta. Ghata Akasha, Mahakasha. Remember that Ghata Akasha, the space which is maintained within the Ghata, pitcher made of earth. In the old days, earthen pitcher was used. Even in our childhood, we saw. Even now, you can find that where hot climate, they keep water in the earthen jar so that evaporation happens and the water remains cool. So think, this me is a ghata. We are all one pot, one jar. Inside is filled with the consciousness, outside filled with consciousness. I am not looking at that. I am looking on the shape and size of the jar or the pitcher. No? So that's we look at the name and form. So back that, Ramakrishna gave the example, one son, another example. There are 10 pitchers, and each pitcher has water. Now, you see sun's rays fell on one, and you see one reflection here. One reflection there, one reflection there, one reflection. It's all reflection in one picture. Picture is the body. My body looks different, your body looks different, but inside the mind, and in that mind is the reflection of the consciousness. No? That is me. That is my gross body, subtle body action. And now there are 10. So how many sun is there? Now you see, one sun, Ramakrishna gave the example, one sun in the sky, and 10 reflected suns. No? So how many suns now? 11 suns. One God is there, and we are so many people here, 7.8 billion, and how many? 7.5 billion people. Huh? In each picture, there is a reflection. They say, I did it, I thought it, I am sick, I am weak, I am wrong, I. So it's, all the pictures are jumping, and thinking, I. So how many eyes? 7 point, as I said, maybe 4 billion. And one man, which God created that reflection. Now start breaking. 1. Then how many will remain? 9 reflected and 1 original. No? Break. Last, 1 reflection, another original. Break that. What remains? That which was there, that which is there, that which will be there, that remains. So break that ghato akas, that limiting adjunct which make me the limited like that. And you have to also think that you are seeing as a controller, as a creator, as a sustainer, those are limiting adjunct. You are putting some limitation on the infinite power and infinite strength of the divine absolute, which is called God. God is nirakara, nirguna. He cannot be qualified with your praise that God is kind, God is gracious. These are your explanation you are doing. God is that which sustains the entire universe, permeates everything, and everything goes away, that consciousness remains. All the jars can be broken, but the sun cannot be destroyed. Sun will remain. It's a relative example. Don't take it as absolute example. Then sun, how can the sun remain? Then sun is Brahman. No, sun is not Brahman. Sun is a created being. He is subject to destruction. So this verse very important. You can think about what is Tayor Vaikam Mahabaho. O Mahabaho, O mightier. Now think, you as Arjuna, you as a person who is defeated, who is under bereavement because the son has died. No. Mahanityam Akhanda. You understand that eternal, unbroken, imperishable, that and you are identified. That imperishable infinite and you, there is no difference. This is the same consciousness. Like the example, Katakaso, Mahakaso Iva, like that of the space within the jar and in the great space. The individual self and the supreme self are one and the same. Knowing this unity, Vaikam akannam bhavam tangyatva. No, meditate every day, analyze this every day. We never think in this way. We always think I am a limited person, someone will come to help me, and I will be realized one day, as if realization is like a ghost suddenly jump in between, in my eye, before my eye, I see a light. But I'm illumined. It is not to come from outside. It is here. It is all the time there. Only how will it come? This Vedantic path we are talking about. Bhakti path, of course, with approach is different. But we are talking about Vedanta. So it says, therefore, always try to understand this and analyze this way. Now, that is the 33rd verse. Now we'll come to 34. 34. Gyataivam yoga yuktatma Gyatvaevam yoga yuktatma sthira pragya sada sukhi sthira prajna sada sukhi prarabdha vega parjantam prarabdha vega parjantam jivan mukta viharavan jivan mukta viharavan. So therefore, Arjun, know this truth. Gyatva evam. Know that the space within you, the consciousness with you, is a cosmic consciousness. They're only one. There is no break. There is no separation. It is eternal, unbroken, imperishable. And that's of the nature of absolute bliss. Knowing this, yoga yukta, we become united. Yoga means united. Yukta means connected. Same. In the yoga, in the process of unification, you absorb yourself and sthira prajna, your wisdom, let it be steady wisdom to think, I am not this limited personality. It is not me. I deny that, I decry that. But I want to know who am I? I am that consciousness. And make your mind steady in that awareness. Sthira pragya. And sada sukhi. Remain always happy. You have nothing to lose. What can you lose? You are all the time that absolute Satchidananda. The body goes somewhere, body's action. Your car is disturbed. What is that to you? But you are not the car. You are the owner of the car, or you are, because of you, the car is there. Because of consciousness, we are here. Not that this body is there because of consciousness. Body is dependent on consciousness, not consciousness dependent on the body. Think this way. Sthira pragya, and your understanding, make it steady there. And how long you will stay? So long the body moves on. Because you know, this is prarabdha. Prarabdha means this life has started with a special intention, and its mission will be fulfilled at a certain time. And that's why if someone lives for 10 years, a child dies at 10 years, young boy, or a mother's in a 8 months baby passed away, or maybe 50 years old guy dying. Everyone has this trajectory fixed when one will die. Who have decided? It is you and me who have decided. What was my decision? I'll go to New York. So you'll have to wait for the plane till it journey ends in New York. If you have time, make it. Now, you're in the plane. Now you think, no, I want to go to Dallas. No, the plane is a non-stop flight. Prarabdha is non-stop. But decide what you want to do. Your good karma, your all thoughts before next birth, what you want. You want to be rich man person? Oh, plan. If you do that, trajectory will be taking you to the rich person. You say, oh, I will be very highly educated person. Okay, trajectory will make you a professor or teacher or something. You want to be a renunciate. Trajectory will lead you to that. And in middle point, you cannot say, hey, I don't want it. That will not change. That's why the life will go on. Even with this understanding, when you are established in this understanding, life will not stop. It will go on till your death time. That how this span of time you will spend, live with bliss. I have nothing to lose. As Ramana Maharshi and others, non-duals, strong non-dual teacher, it is also for the body mind. I am not connected with it. And Balsekar used to say, it has happened. What is to happen? It has happened. Nothing to do. Guna guneshu vartante. All these qualities are working with the qualities. I am untouched by that. I am Atman, I am Brahman. Nothing happens to me. So you remain in that type of understanding. How long? Prarabdha Vega Purjam, till the Vega, the impact of your past life's desire, which created this body, drops up. And Jivan Mukta, live like a person free while living in the body. We are all slaves. We live in the body and cry every day and weep every day. Every day we are slaves of someone's smile, someone's little frowning face, someone's good words, sweet words. making like a balloon, haha, you are so good, foo, and then you feel I am so big, and someone say, hey, what nonsense you are, eh? How could you say that? And I get punched, and boom, we're slaves. Be like a realized soul, Jivan Mukta, while living like a roaring tiger, roaring lion. Say, I am that, so on, and stay in this eternal blissful state. No? So the translation goes that Gatva, knowing Das, Yoga Yuktatma, endowed with yoga, Sthira Pragya, a person of steady wisdom, Sada Sukhi, he remains all the time happy. There is no time when a person of realization will be unhappy. That's why you never found Ramakrishna to be unhappy. You never find Ramana Maharshi unhappy. If physical thing goes on, physical body may suffer. Hari Maharaj, suffering in the physical body. But said, it is the body suffering, not me. They can identify, they can separate out themselves. So, Sada Sukhi, Prarabdha Vega Parjan, until the effect of the past life's action, which is this body, will drop, die. Jivan Mukta, free living, Bihar. So, knowing that, one who is free while living in the body is Jivan Mukta, endowed with yoga and steady wisdom, being ever happy, joyfully roams around in the world until the effect of his past life's actions comes to an end. Swami Vivekananda's Song of the Sannyasis. Go from place to place without fearing for, what is that? Without fearing for any care, like a river flowing free, thou ever be, Sannyasin bold, say Om Tat Sat Om. This is exactly the translation of this. Free, you are a free soul. Why are you making yourself bound slave like that? Your body wise you are bound, mind wise you are bound, but you are not that the body, not the mind. Why should you be bound then? Why are you making you a slave of these undesired expectations and failures, where you are fooled by your own nature? You are one with the cosmic reality. No? Now, if you have this type of experience and you are Jivan Mukta, then what remains? Go thou from place to place and rescue the people who are in suffering, release. No more birth, no more death brings. This is Sannyasi's song. Exactly, they are very close to the expressions given here. Natasya punyam nahitasya papam, natasya punyam nahitasya papam, nishedham naiva punarnavaidham, nishedhanam naiva punarnavaidham, sada samagna shukhavari raso vapushcharet pak krita karma yogat, pak krita karma yogat. Wonderful, that's the end of the chapter. What he says, natasya punyam. These holy people, this realized soul who have felt the identity with the divine, after realization, they live in the world. They live in the world. And he does normal work, eats, sleeps, talks, interacts with the people. No? Not that you realize God means you die. Then no one will want that. Then who will say it is joy? No. After realization, if any person after realization dies, so we do not know it is what type of spiritual realization was that. Is it joyful? Is it painful? Is it all blissful? But yes, when you are living after realization, Jivan Mukta, while living in the body, not as punyam, he does not accrue any merit. You do now some good work, you will accrue some merit. Now you are helping somebody who is in distress. You are trying to remove the obstacles of some person. You are doing some good job. So good reward will come as a merit. And you do something bad, natasya papam. You are mean, you are unkind, you are doing something to destroy someone's peace and joy. So then papam. For this person, there is no merit, no demerit. No nishedhanam, there is no nothing they cannot do. You can say you cannot do that. Because it's beyond karma. No vaidham. No nishedham, not a punor, no vaidham. There is no rules and rituals. We have rules and rituals. We live in a society. But a knower of truth, no rules and regulations for him. Because he is free. He is not bound by karma. He is not bound by good karma, bad karma, its results, its praise, its blame. He does not care. He is beyond duality. From him, a realized person, there is neither any virtue for that person, nor even any sin. There is nothing of the prohibition. Again, no obligatory rites to follow. As we have to see, whatever we like, it is morning, we'll have to go to the shrine. I'll have to get up at 4 o'clock. I'll have to take a shower. I'm dozing off, but still I'll try my best to meditate. These are rules and regulations for us. But for them, there is no rules and regulations. They live in the consciousness of that bliss all the time. Even sleeping, even awake, even eating, even talking, that consciousness never leaves them. So for them, there is no rule. He always sadasa magna sukha varirasu. Wonderful. Sukha means happiness. Varirashi means like the ocean. Like the ocean, infinite ocean. That all happiness, he is just absorbed in that. His heart and soul and mind and everything is charged with that happiness and bliss, eternal bliss. They say in every pore of the body, million times the happiness of the worldly enjoyment of sexual and joy can be felt, Ramakrishna said, in every pore of the body. Oh my God, what type of ananda, what type of bliss, what type of happiness, what type of achievement is that? He will remain soaked in that joy. He does not care what rules and regulations, what to do, what do's and don'ts. He does not. He is not bound by any rules and regulations by that. And he is always absorbed in the ocean of bliss. His body moves around the world only due to its association with action done by the previous life. That means, as I say, the trajectory of the last life will take him to drop the ball. After maybe someone lives for 5 years, someone lives 10 years, someone lives 20 years, depending on their own past life's action. But in between, they have realized God. That is the Brahma Jnana. And then they live in the world and become an example to the whole world. That's why we look at the saints' life. Why? They have realized at a point, particular point. And then rest of the life is absorbed in blissful state. All is joy, 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 joy. And we are all beggars of one dot of joy. And they are swimming in joy, so much joy, they cannot, nothing but joy. And that's why you go close to them, you feel the joy. That's the beauty of their experience. It is not that he has only experienced. Anyone going to Ramakrishna, close to Ramakrishna, and sit there, Swami Brahmananda. He is sitting and this. People are meditating, his disciples are meditating, and mind is soaring high in the higher level. So this is the power of spirituality that will be, because you are tuned to that. We all can tune ourselves to that consciousness. That is the practical instruction of this chapter. So, with iti, this is the end of the second chapter of the Shanti Gita. Okay? So now I end here. I could have continued this verse again another month, but I don't want to do that. I'll read the third chapter next time of the Shanti Gita. But we'll be expecting one or two questions if you have. Otherwise, we'll end. So I'll end this first. For question answer next. No question. Very good then. We have no question. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Panamastu. Om peace, peace, peace. Huh? What question? There is no question anymore. You are swimming in the ocean of consciousness, swimming in the ocean of blissfulness, swimming in the ocean of joy, and where there is no limitation. You are beyond your limited identity of your body, mind. So, entire universe is yours. You are the king and queen of the universe. You are the world. So where is the where to cry for, what to be craving to attain, what shall I ask for? Huh? It's all fulfillment, all perfection, all joy. That is the description they have given. And Jivan Mukti Vivek, you read the Viveka Churamani, Aparakshanabhuti, different places, you will find Ashtavakra, they're giving this type of touch of joy. Upanishads are declaring all the time. And Ramakrishna, look at Ramakrishna. These are all talks. But look at Ramakrishna. You get the glimpse of that. What can possible? Huh? It's a throat cancer. Could not swallow anything. He would become emaciated like that. There was no treatment during those days. But see the joy. See the whole room is filled with, vibrant with joy and blessings. Huh? One day Ramakrishna, Turiyananda Swami, young, then he said, Ramakrishna says, it's too much pain. I cannot, it is too much pain. And then Turiyananda Swami, young boy, then Harinath, he said, Sir, it is not true. You have no pain. Then Ramakrishna instantly smiled and said, oh, the rascal has caught me. His body is suffering, not me. They can quickly separate out. But we cannot separate out. It is so much, it's like Fevicol, not Fevicol. It's glue. What is the glue?
Super glue.
Super
Crazy
glue. Crazy glue. Crazy glue, there is no way out. But crazy glue, by analysis, it becomes super glue. Super glue, by analysis, it becomes ordinary glue. Ordinary glue, by analysis and everyday meditation, becomes light, and you can peel off. So thank you all. Jai Ma, Jai Ma. Mother bless you all.